Hi guys, welcome. I've just installed ArcoLinux. Which one? Oops, that's capital letters. We're not shouting. So ISO means a reference point in time. What ISO did we use to install this particular operating system? And it stays like that, right? Doesn't change anytime soon, right? Just if you install a system, it has a reference point, and this is the ISO from May 2024. Updating is, as usual, update and up all. Topic of this video is our monthly release. It's almost beginning of June. That means we're gonna make a video how to stay rolling. And what is new? This is the video how to stay rolling. So I put in the old ISO. I've chosen easy install because easy install means, let's go for the information, right? If you update your system, we'll see that this information has changed. The AWA, ArcoLinux Welcome app, will give us a summary if we update. We're not there yet. This is the easy installation, which means let's install XFCE. What you see is what you get, right? And ArcoNet is for 80% of our public. You choose either easy and then go ahead and install more with software RAM, or maybe the ArcoLinux tweak tool to get a tiling window manager in, for example, to combine it with XFCE. And the advanced is kill XFCE and choose the desktop, or not choose it and use your scripts to install a desktop. So there's so many possibilities, and that's typical of Arch, right? Modularity, flexibility, you can do whatever you want with Arch. All right, let's restart. That means we need to have a look what changed. There were some issues in the past, as always. There are packages that are updated and then things happen and you need to figure it out, and it's all in the Arch wiki, right? If I'm not there anymore, it's all in the Arch wiki, Pacman, for example. And there is information you need for the rest of your life. So we got here the ArcoLinux Welcome app. Again, this is still the old one, right? So we don't need this one. We need to update the system. But maybe let's get, I don't mind, but since it's a video, right? Let's go and grab the display. That is the normal real estate of pixels that I can use, and that's this one. Voila. So updating can be a long way, short way, right? You choose how to update, but since this is also an educational video, might be a good thing to do a backup scal. If you don't know what that is yet, type in alias. We have quite a bit of aliases. I think we are a distro that has the most aliases out there, right? Have a look. They gradually grow over time because we are tired to type things, or we forget things, so we don't want to remember things. And this line, for example, sudo group, etc., it's a long line, and it's just update grub, right? So things in here to fix things like unlock if Pacman is locked and there's no reason for it because you did something you shouldn't do, then the lock stays and then you can unlock. So aliases. One of those aliases is backup scal. Watch what happens to the left. What happened is we have a backup of the scal. Backup scal. And scal is something that we have as a command. Basically, it's something that we typed and we didn't want to type it again and again and again. We go to etc to scal, and the updates often come in here. So xmonad is in here as update. BSPWM is here. i3 is here. There's so many tiling window managers that have a configuration, that need a configuration, that get better over time, right? And the update comes in here. Whether you want to choose it, to use it, when you choose to use it, right? It's up to you. Either you say, oh, look, there's a new config for btop. Control C. This is what we did, right? In the past. Control V. and then replace all, you have now the ArcoLinux btop configuration. That's how it works. But Scale is just quicker, right? Scale is just so much quicker. Now, have a look what it does and what it says. Yep, true, it's not an alias anymore. Just type Scale and then you have the link. More info on this URL. So if you have no clue yet what this is all about, there are videos, hundreds of videos about Scale. So no. First of all, I want to update the system, right? I want to get the new stuff in. That means update or update, so typos are allowed. And it gets in the stuff. Now, I have seen a change in how applications, well, evolve basically. There is GTK. There's GTK 2, 3, 4, probably 5 and 6 in the future, right? And I just decided to rename the one that we're using as a test from GTK 3 to just GTK, right? And combine the 3, the 4, the 5 and the 6. We'll put everything in one little, well, folder. Well, application, right? So we have here GTK 3. And in the future, probably there will be some things called GTK 4, and we've seen that with power control. Think so. Was power control that we had a white one. Now, if we are in favor of a dark theme, and you work all the time in dark windows, and suddenly there's a white screen, right? You say, whoa, what's going on? So that's the reason why we've changed GTK 3 to just GTK, and we can change it in the future. So basically, what's new? That's one thing that's new. Okay. So yes, sure, change it. That's just enter or yes. At this point in time, it's just a name change, right? In there is at this point in time nothing, no change. This is not from us. You see extra. Extra means Arch. Arch decided to rename this from dbus Python to Python dbus. Okay, fine. Yes. And then we have 1.6 gigabyte. Whoa, right? That's Arch. If you don't have the means, by that I mean the bandwidth, etc. Well, there is not much we can do, right? It's just Arch. So if you're working with ArcoLinux, 90% of our packages are coming from the ArcoLinux repos, and just like 5% from us and 5% from AOR. So that's just how it is. We are Arch, and we just make a different way of installing it. Calamar is a great tool. We have our own configs, because i3 and xmonad, etc., are kind of, well, it's not a deal breaker, but it's so difficult to get it going. And if you get a config that actually works from booting up, then it's much easier to change it again and make it your own, right? Easier than starting with the ones that we get from Arch. We have all the key bindings that matters, a super enter and a super shift enter and a super Q and a super shift Q. It all matters, not this one here. But all these key bindings are everywhere in all the tiling window managers. Well, not really everywhere, but certainly in the tiling window managers. So we see new headers here, Linux headers, Linux Zen. For me that means I have to reboot after this. Don't keep working after major updates. Don't keep working in your system. Reboot. Right, let's see if there's anything else. So at this point in time, we did not do this. This is often something you need to do and remember. If you see key problems, you type in ArcoLinux keyring, right? The ArcoLinux keyring is normally okay, unless you are actually on Arch or maybe somewhere else in DevOS or Garuda and get our packages from our repos. Of course, the keyring from ArcoLinux is necessary then, as well as the mirror list for where. And Pacman works with two things, well, three things. pacman.conf, again, aliases, right? That's the one, pacman.conf, and it says where, what is where, basically. What is ArcoLinux repo third party? Where is include, line 84, and is it signed? That is 83. So that's the ArcoLinux mirror list. That's a package which provides a file. There's the ArcoLinux keyring, right? That's this one. And then he knows what to do. Where is it? Is it signed? And off it goes. And the same thing applies to the keyring. You need, Pacman needs the keyring, the mirror list, and it knows where to find what. So if things go southways, or south, is that the expression? If it goes south, then you type and mirror list. Where do the packages come from? The packages are now coming from line 1. All of this to the right is coming from Mirror Osbeck, Sweden. And if that's not your thing, these are the best in the world, but maybe not for you, right? This is worldwide, again, same guys. So this is from us, and that's from the ArcoLinux repository mirror list generated on 2024-04-11, and you can change this, super simple. Again, aliases, right? Aliases, we're talking mirror, and mirror has a lot of things. Mirror, mirror A, mirror D, mirrors, mirror X, mirror XX. I mean, that's that. And then there's RAM, and there is RAM S, right? Control C, there's RAM S. All of these things, Control C, are there. At this point in time, I've broken everything because the mirror list is empty now. It might be interesting to see what happens if Arch doesn't find the mirror list. What error will we get? This one, and remember it, right? Failed to synchronize all database. No servers configured for a repository. Correct, there are no servers configured, right? Control C. Now we do have something simple. There he is. ArcoLinux Osbeck S mirror. Simple little thing that puts in the best ones in there. And if you run it again, then it's coming from, again, Rackspace now, not Osbeck. So if I say, na, I'm in control, you do not get to play with me. And then it's this, right? It's so simple. And it's all about knowledge, and that's what we do. We share knowledge. And you see it's it's quicker than with the other one, right? So Osbeck is for me, Sweden, the best. So that's one thing. We're up to date. We did not reboot yet. Can we do another backup scal? Maybe that's not a bad idea to do it immediately now and then have a look. Backup scal, that's one thing. That means this is just to study. That's it. That's just to study. This is not used. This, you can delete it. Everything will work fine. This is just to study. What changed, basically? So basically, I'm kind of doing the other video a little bit. What's new? What's changed? Now the right mouse click opens compare, and compare opens melt. Is melt installed? We have a rule. Well, let's keep it minimal, right? Bare, base, whatever you want to call it. So it was not yet installed on the ArcoNet. And now it is. Now you can compare. Let's not see the same files. Let's just see the difference. What did we change? We've added fast fetch. FF is fast fetch. If you install fast fetch, then FF works, right? If you install fast fetch and have a configuration, then you can edit it with editor, and the editor is nano up there somewhere. And here is spec or sublime etc pacman.conf. There's also a scal, so sublime var log calamaris log. So things that at some point in time I said, I always have to type this, and things I have to type at some point in time, right? Let's make an alias for it. Here is fast fetch, the decision to not use any of the reporting tools, right? Because, well, does it matter? No. And new fetch is hashtagged out, so it's not used. It's not on the ISO. Fast fetch is not used. It's not on the ISO. So if you're into these reporting tools, there is one more thing to do, right? Install it on the new ISO. This one has it, right? This is the old ISO. The new ISO in June, we said, let's just forget about it. So it will be like this when you open a terminal. Now, I need to reboot, I guess, right? Was that everything? Let's have a look again, compare. So the ZSHRC, it's all and everywhere, any shell, 3 shells we have. So all the shells. And here another one, bash RC, same thing, same thing, same thing. And X resources was a help from somebody. In Emacs, the background was white and the foreground was kind of white as well. So we removed this. So that's something for Emacs. And a keyboard shortcut. We've removed the Rovi theme selector. And in XFC doesn't really make sense that we have that. So that's gone as well here. Okay. So time to reboot, I guess. But the thing is, do you want those new things, right? Do you want to follow what we put in there? Now, this thing depends, right? Do you use Emacs? Well, copy paste X resources over. Do you use bash RC? Then there is actually an easier way to do things. The only thing at this point in time I would do is realize I am on bash. Fine, I do want fast fetch, right? Doesn't work. Now sudo pacman -s fast fetch is now installed. Now it doesn't mean the config is there, even if I type but is not found. CB, one of the aliases, copy bash, CB, FF. Ah, that works. Yes, it works. So it's this thing that is now present, but what's not present is, for instance, fast fetch. This is the default fast fetch, not our fast fetch. And if you want to make your own config for fast fetch, well, there's a good way to start, and that's with sudo pacman -s ArcoLinux fast fetch. So start with a config from somebody, right? Anybody, and see if it can help you analyze how does this app work, any app. So here's fast fetch, that's the config. Why not grab the folder, Control C, go to Eric, go to .config, Control V. All of this copy pasting thing can be skipped if you just type scal, right? Scal, yes, enter. And all of it, so basically what we've done, we've made a backup, that's important to know. We've made a backup, so you can always compare what the difference is. But basically what we did was etc scal, and we've done that for years. Control C, Control A, Control C, Eric, Control V. That's basically what we've done in many videos in the beginning of the ArcoLinux project. And at some point in time it just became too tedious, and then we made backups and all that. And it's just 4 letters and everything is now in, right? So that's that, and now we're ready to reboot. So as you see, not much thing, we did not change a lot of things, just a few things in the bash RC, ZSH and fish. That's the most important thing. But can we boot up? Is everything okay? Yes. Now we did make a video, maybe I should at least say it. Yeah, let's do the Control-Alt-W. The information, right? That changed. So remember, it is for us and for everybody following ArcoLinux, it is a bit what changed, right? It's so different ArcoLinux XL, XS, the B, the D, all gone, and we've changed everything. So here's a summary. ArcoNet, if you use easy, that's what I've done here, what you see is what you get. So anything you saw already in the live DVD is just going to be installed. What you see is what you get. You get XFCE and all the apps. If you choose ArcoNet and then Advanced, XFCE4 is removed. You select your desktop, and if you forget to select your desktop, you'll end up with SEDM, which might be great, because maybe you have your own script ready, right? Or you do select the desktop and you get the desktop you want, plus all the apps you see here. And select more. So Calamari is always about selecting more, not selecting less. It's always more. If you say ArcoPlasma is my thing, sure, then, well, if you decide already the desktop, then it's ArcoPlasma the best choice for you, if you want Plasma, of course. Easy, just Plasma, and all the apps that you see. What you see is what you get. And ArcoPlasma will copy paste over already the easy thing, right? All the Plasma that was there already, and all the apps are there. Plus, since it's advanced, you just select any of the 300 packages maybe Calamaris provides, or you say, never mind, I'll do it later on with SoftwareRAM, which is exactly the same thing as the Calamaris selection afterwards, right? After installing. And this is just for 5%, maybe 10% of ArcoLinux users. The pros, the advanced users, the guys who have already 10 years of knowledge working on an Arch-based system, and then know what they need, to know where the configs are, what to change for the system. And the easy one is ending up in a black screen, right? No desktop, there are no apps, there's nothing. You git clone maybe your scripts, you run the scripts, you have an Arch-based system. But Arco Pro, advanced then, is more graphical, right? It's all both Calamaris, obviously, but in the easy, Calamaris will remove a lot of things and you end up in a black screen. In advanced, you select all kind of things, components, desktops, SDM, LightAM, Li, whatever you want, applications as well, servers as well, and then you know exactly what to select in Calamaris, and you end up with a system that's really, well, still very, very basic, right? You need to set everything up, and that's not the case with ArcoNet and ArcoPlasma. These are nice already, they're beautiful already. Although I have to say, ArcoPlasma is beautiful from its own, right? This is pure Plasma. We have not changed anything. If you choose easy, this is the purest Plasma that there is. I mean, it's just straight from Arch. No design, nothing. It can be designed via ArcoPlasma Advanced, or later on maybe if you install easy and then install our package from ArcoLinux to have the key bindings, the right mouse click in, Dolphin, and the themes. Those are the elements that we have designed already for Plasma 6, right? So might be good to have another overview of things. So we have this update, up all. So the first thing, oops, Control C. The first thing is about update is what is new from the repos, and these are the Arch, these are the ArcoLinux, and up all is what is different in. That's a good thing that I see this. What is not coming from ArcoLinux, what is coming from the AUR. What I've done in the June release is remove kvantum-qt5-git, right? It gave us, well, should I say issues? Let's say that life became easier after removing kvantum-qt5-git. So this is what we've done on the ISO. Got rid of this one, and sudo pacman -s quantum, and which one can we choose? Qt5, not the Git version, not the one from AOR, not the last code, but just the kvantum-qt5, which is not coming from the AOR, it's just coming from extra. And that seems to work in our favor, right? So this version 1010 and 1111, right? That seems to work much better. So that's something indeed that we should tell the users, and maybe as usual, well, we make something in the bin folder, stay rolling 2024 from 3 to 4, from 4 to 5. I see I still have to make that one, unless it's still in here. No. So if there's nothing to make, if there's nothing to change, then we should say so, right? We should put it in here, stay rolling 2024. And it just says then nothing to do, right? But maybe we should make one from 5 to 6. So to 2405 to 2406, and add a script. At some point in time we'll find something that we've changed. So you can basically run a script, nothing to do. Have to copy paste it from here, stay rolling. And in the stay rolling we're gonna say remove kvantum-git and add kvantum-qt5. The Git version needs to go. So something like this will be added later on. And if you do a scal, it will get in your eric.bin here, stay rolling. And this is how easy it is to stay track of. Why is this here? The changes we've made to the ISO, people who install via the ISO have the changes, but the people who are rolling and updating and updating and updating and updating, they don't follow the ISO, the changes on the ISO. So that's why we have this folder here, and sometimes there's a script in there to run, just to make it easy. But then you follow the reasoning that we've made on the ISOs on your rolling system. Okay, that's the idea. All right, that's it for me. So how to stay rolling, I hope you've learned a lot. How to update, it's not my first rodeo, as they say. I mean, we have made so many update videos, even update videos from SSDs that were 4 years old, 4 years on the shelf or in the computer, and then updated, right? Don't believe people who say Arch needs to have a daily update, otherwise everything breaks. That's untrue. It's untrue. Bogus, right? False news, whatever. Fake news. It's not okay. Just update when you're ready. Simple as that. And yeah, that's the message basically. There are lots of videos about how to update and what's important and why we update and why you need to reboot, etc. So there's more information on the internet. Have a look at our YouTube channel to get to know more about Arch as a system to work on. All right, cheers.